In the Gospel of Mary, when the disciples were frozen by their fear, when they were resisting the instructions to walk forth, Mary stood up with reminders and encouragement. And on page 8 and page 9 of Mary's Gospel, she reminds the disciples and she reminds us, she reminds me, you've been prepared for this. You have been prepared to be exactly who you should be and where you should be. And you've been called. And you are being called. And you have eyes to hear. No, eyes that see and ears to hear these things. Central to Mary's gospel is this idea of looking within. Use those eyes and ears to recognize and to realize that seated right next to your fears is the divine image. Seated right next to these fears, which frees me, is the image of God within me, which sets me free. We have been created in the image of God. And you know, in my understanding, this is what it means to be whole and holy, Holey, and holy, Holy. This is what it means to be human. The Gospel of Mary offers a lot of reminders to let go of the fears, to release them into the divine image or into the essence of the holy, to let go of the fears and walk forth. Walk forth and imagine different ways of being and doing. There's also reminders to stay in balance. And as I was reflecting on this part of Mary's gospel, this coming together of the whole human, of recognizing that we are not either or, but we are both and, I thought, you know, that must be what it means to be set free from demons. Because if you think back to the Second Testament or the New Testament, there's stories there about Mary being freed or being set free from 7 demons when she met Jesus. And in my sacred imagination, that is not an exorcism. Rather, it is an intentional releasing and liberating. It's an embracing of wholeness. It's an embracing of the holy, Holey, and the holy, Holy, to be fully human. It is a whole new understanding, a whole different way of seeing. We are, no, let me just say this, I am both fear-filled and filled with the divine image. The Imago Dei is in me. In the beginning, humans were created in our image. Those are the words from Genesis. Walk forth. Share the good news of the gospel. Walk forth, embrace, and surrender to the Imago Dei. Let go of all those fears that are freezing. That's the hat that I am going to be wearing.